in the Netherlands.
But, you know, he's one of now many who have been sent to prison. His co-conspirators have been sentenced to 2, 3, many years in prison. Why has that not happened in the United Kingdom? You say that it's uniquely corrupt here, but I would say it's the opposite, that they've actually gone to prison.
That's not what I said. Yeah. I didn't say they are uniquely corrupt here. I said they're uniquely sloppy and corrupt here in Ireland. In the UK, they've been corrupt for 1,000 years, and they've got it down to a fine science. Isaac Newton is like one of the most corrupt central bankers to ever misgrace Central Europe, and now they have refined it to a very perfect, they just don't commit this type of sloppy corruption in the UK. That's what people respect the UK for, the most advanced corruption.
Fine butlers of corruption.
They're the concierge of global banking corruption, and they do a fine job at it. But they don't do it here in Shantytown, Ireland.
That's why John Corzine got away with MF Global, because he did it through London.
AIG went through London. The AIG corruption. The Lehman corruption went through London. They didn't come through Dublin or Dame Street. Bernie Madoff didn't do his corruption through Dame Street. Dame Street's the last place you want to do financial corruption because of these idiots like this guy.
End up in jail.
David Drum is going to jail because he's a moron.
So here's some more people who are going to end up in jail, and I'm going to read this headline because we're at MoneyConf and CryptoConf. We spoke at CryptoConf.
What about Keiser Report Conf?
Keiser Report and Espanol.
You got that on the camera?
Here's the headline: Shady ICO issuers are taking bags of cash to border. U.S. says Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Jay Clayton, speaking at a conference in New York, said companies raising money through digital token sales shouldn't have any illusions that the government will treat them differently than firms participating in traditional stock offerings. He added that the market deserves close attention because the SEC has already seen examples of fraudsters fleeing the country after persuading U.S. investors to back their ICOs. $9 billion in ICOs so far in 2018. Any idiot who tries to cross a border with cash more than $10,000 is stupid because it's just going to be stolen. But
this is what I've just been saying. If they wanted to get bags of cash over the border done successfully, they should have gone to HSBC, who's mastered the art. They
have the special boxes.
The special boxes they created for the Mexican drug lords, HSBC, billions of dollars.
And that's not even allegedly, because, the British people make you say allegedly before everything, the regulators. But in fact, the HSBC has admitted it. They admitted it to Eric Holder, and they paid him a couple $1 billion. They paid the U.S. taxpayer or somebody. I don't know where that money went. Where do those fines go anyway? Like
John Corzine. He has a big hole in the ground out in the Hamptons. But, once again, had they gone to HSBC to commit their fraud, they would have now be walking the streets in London and shopping at
You have to, if you're going to be a shady ICO issuer, you should do it through London, because apparently that's the way to do it. But the thing I want to bring up here, this has been a big topic at MoneyConf and CryptoConf, was these ICOs and whether or not the SEC is going to go after them. But the SEC chairman, Jay Clayton, said something very interesting. He agreed with exactly what Max Keiser has said about what is wrong with the U.S. public markets. It goes on to say, Clayton also expressed concern about the health of the public U.S. stock market, as hot startups like Uber Technologies keep their shares off public markets. He noted that the general public is unable to invest in an increasingly large segment of companies, those awash in venture capital cash and other private funding. Instead, only the wealthy get to invest in them. So this is part of the growing wealth and income gap. You've mentioned that share buybacks, and then the likes of Uber, that only the very wealthy are getting to invest in these as more and more is taken private.
Well, free market capitalism allows for the public to participate in equity and enjoy the fruits of the collective labor of the wealth of a nation. And if those equities are being taken private, or they never reach the market through private money, then the average person is no longer participating in the equity of their nation. The wealth of that nation is being withheld from them. And you're rapidly approaching the neo-feudal stage of lords and serfs, which is what, of course, the people in charge, like a Jeff Bezos or a Warren Buffett, desire. They don't want active, participating, politically aware individuals voting their cronies out of office. So this is how they're doing it. They're taking all the equity, shareholder rights. There won't be any shareholders, therefore no shareholder rights.
Actually, in the next episode, we'll cover another executive at the SEC also said they have to reconsider these share buybacks because they said basically it is plundering America, and it doesn't seem to be adding any wealth to America, these share buybacks. And in fact, these executives are just using it as an opportunity to dump their own shares at a higher price. So
it's market manipulation. Yeah. It was outlawed before it was, it was outlawed, yes, as a result of the Securities Act of 33 and 34 in that period, and then they brought it back in to enrich a bunch of corrupt CEOs.
Right. Well, anyway, Jay Clayton says that the fact that there are fewer shares available for the public to buy, this is feeding the demand for these ICOs by the ordinary investor.
Well, Jay Clayton should just basically follow the law in the securities. Hey, we got to take a break. When we come back, more Jay Clayton bashing, so don't go away. Welcome back to the Keiser Report. I'm Max Keiser. Time now to turn to Rowan Stone of ZenCash. Rowan, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, and great to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you on the show. And ZenCash is, hear the name often. I saw it down in Puerto Rico. There was a lot of buzz about it. It's a fork of Zcash. So tell us why or when, and then just explain for the audience out there.